This is one step. ChatGPT was one step. They're about to do ChatGPT 5, which is magnitudes greater power than ChatGPT. It's supposed to be like a giant leap. Okay, and that ain't shit. That ain't shit compared to AGI, which they think 2025. So artificial general intelligence, and then connected to a quantum computer. And Google is literally talking about, they have plans to put their own nuclear power plants to power their AI systems. It needs so much power. They want 3 nuclear power plants.
That's wild.
What are you about to do? Like, what are you doing, you fucking eggheads? What are you doing? Are you guys making God? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you even know what you're doing?
I've seen this movie, I swear.
It hasn't even been made yet. And the problem is, if you don't do it, our enemy's going to do it.
Yep.
And we're so shitty at communicating with other human beings all across the world. And we've been stealing resources and overthrowing governments for so long that nobody trusts us. And then while all that's going on, we're in the middle of creating an artificial intelligence that's infinitely smarter than us and might be working in parallel universes. Like if you can do an equation and you're telling me that this equation through these quantum computers is proof of a multiverse, like what happens if AGI gets connected to the multiverse? Like, what do you even know? Like, are you just doing it? Do you even know? Are you guys even can you tell me what's the best case scenario? What's worst case scenario? Can you tell me like what you've thought about? Or instead of just fucking all gas, no brakes, and everyone's all gas, no brakes. We're all fucking hot rodders on the highway, headed towards this weird thing that no one really knows what it's going to be, but everyone agrees it's the greatest technological breakthrough the human race has ever experienced, and it's happening so fast that most people are like, what? What's going on? What are they doing over there? Most people, if they're not listening to podcasts, they're not on Twitter every day, and they're not on Facebook, and they're not really paying attention to this stuff, most people are like blissfully unaware we're about to awaken a god.
Yeah.
Blissfully unaware we're about to connect to some insane technology that hasn't even been. It's so insane that it's sort of like one of those things where somebody tries to tell you how many stars there are in the universe. You go, what? Like,
You can't comprehend it.
Your head goes, what does that mean? Like, what's the number? What? Like, when they were saying that it can do, it can compute something that all the world's supercomputers, it would take some septillion number of years to do, that it can do it in 15 minutes? What are you even saying? I don't even know what you just said. I know I can, if you told me how many zeros to write, I could probably keep doing it until I got to the right amount of zeros. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
My brain's good for like 150, 500 people. That looks like about 3,000 people. I was at the Formula One racetrack. I'm like, how many people are in this? We're seeing Eminem. I'm like, how many people are here? I took a guess, like 50,000? I don't know. It's 110,000.
Oh.
It was like, I was off by 50,000. My brain doesn't understand numbers.
Yeah.
And then you get to millions. Imagine like looking at a group of people. Oh, that's about 2 million. No, you can't do it. You can recognize like 150 people. It looks like about 150 people. When things get big, they just get too weird. And the universe is insanely big. Insanely big. So your brain just doesn't do it. It just, everybody's brain. Even the most, Neil deGrasse Tyson, you get an astrophysicist, get one of those guys. They're not going to be able to, the brain's not built for it. So this thing is so much more powerful than even that. Even the whole universe as a computer, like that doesn't even make sense. And they're just like, what are we doing?
We have AI, we have quantum, we have mysterious objects showing up on the coast. It does seem like a lot of things are converging right now.
Well, if I was an advanced civilization that had already passed this stage, maybe this is like a common stage. Maybe this is just like how bees all over the world make beehives. They all do the same thing, right? Maybe this is a strange stage that intelligent life gets to when it reaches a point of technological sophistication where it can create an artificial version of a thinking being. And then that thinking being, of course, creates infinitely better versions of itself and figures out a way to harness power in a way that's just we can't even comprehend, which is what a quantum computer connected to AGI would be able to do. Maybe that's like, maybe they know that this happens, and they're like, oh, it's about to happen. And so then they come. Like, wasn't there a meeting, some sort of there was another good tinfoil hat one. I was like, ooh, what are they talking about? There was some super top secret